A cozy living room, walls adorned with seashells, family photographs, and soft sunlight filtering through lace curtains. Eleanor, late 70s, silver hair, gentle eyes, sits on a worn armchair, knitting. She looks out the window toward the sea. The sound of waves can be heard faintly in the distance. William, early 80s, rugged, kind face, weathered by time, enters, holding 2 steaming mugs of tea. He hands one to Eleanor, then sits beside her, his body creaking as he settles down.
You've been slow with the tea today, William.
The sea was whispering today. Had to listen. Thought I'd bring some of its calm back with me.
They share a quiet moment, sipping their tea, the familiarity of their routine comforting. Eleanor glances at the clock on the wall, then to William, with a knowing look.
Shall we?
Let's go visit our bench.
William and Eleanor walk arm in arm down the familiar path that leads to the sea. The cliffs are steep on one side, the endless ocean on the other. The sun hangs low in the sky, casting a golden glow over everything. Ahead, a weathered wooden bench sits facing the ocean, perched at the cliff's edge. It's their bench, worn by years of sea air, wind, and time. As they approach, they both slow down, savoring the moment. This is their place.
Still here, just like us.
Maybe we've aged better than the bench.
They both sit, their fingers intertwining naturally, as though they had done this 1,000 times before. Eleanor, early 20s, sits alone on the same bench, sketchpad in hand. She's drawing the waves, lost in thought. William, mid-20s, a young fisherman, approaches, curiosity written across his face. He's just finished a long day on the boat and is still wearing his work clothes. His boots crunch softly on the gravel as he nears her.
What do you see when you look out there?
Eleanor looks up, startled at first, but smiles.
Everything, and nothing at all.
William seems confused by her answer but intrigued. He motions to the bench.
Mind if I sit?
Be my guest.
He sits beside her, looking out at the horizon, trying to see what she sees. Silence settles between them, not uncomfortable, just new.
I've fished out there my whole life, and I've never thought to see the sea like that.
Perhaps you've never looked at it properly.
They share a glance, a spark forming between them. Back in the present, William and Eleanor sit in silence, watching the sunset. The orange light reflects on the water, creating a path that seems to lead to infinity.
We've spent more hours here than anywhere else, haven't we?
This bench has seen us through every chapter, every storm, every calm.
It's our place, our quiet witness.
The wind picks up slightly, ruffling Eleanor's hair. She pulls her coat tighter, shivering slightly. William notices.
Here, take my scarf.
He wraps his scarf around her shoulders, then puts an arm around her. Eleanor leans into him, closing her eyes.
Do you remember the night you proposed?
How could I forget? I was so nervous, I dropped the ring in the sand. William, dressed in his Sunday best, is pacing nervously in front of the bench. Eleanor, laughing, watches him fumble with something in his pocket. Suddenly, he drops to one knee, producing a small velvet box, but in his excitement, the ring tumbles out and lands in the sand.
Oh no. Wait, hold on. It's here somewhere.
Eleanor, laughing even harder now, bends down and helps him search. Their hands meet in the sand as they find the ring together.
If you lose it again, you might have to marry me without it.
William holds up the ring triumphantly.
Eleanor, will you marry me?
Yes, you silly man. Yes.
William and Eleanor sit in the fading light, both quiet as they reminisce. The waves crash softly below them. Eleanor opens her eyes, gazing at the horizon.
William, I'm tired.
William looks at her, his expression softening.
Then rest, my love. I'll be right here.
Eleanor leans her head against his shoulder, her breathing slowing. The sun dips below the horizon, casting the sky in hues of deep orange and purple. A small crowd of villagers has gathered at the bench, their faces filled with quiet reverence. William stands a few feet away, staring at the bench where he and Eleanor once sat. A young couple passes by, whispering to one another as they glance at William.
That's him, the man who always sat with his wife here.
Their love was something else, wasn't it?
The couple walks on, leaving William alone at the bench. He takes a slow, deliberate step forward and sits down, staring out at the sea. His hand moves to the empty space beside him, where Eleanor used to sit.
I'm still here, love.
He closes his eyes, leaning back into the bench. The sound of the waves fades as the night deepens, and the world seems to grow quiet around him. A young couple walks along the seaside path, holding hands. They stop at the old, weathered bench, noticing the plaque that has been added to the backrest. In memory of William and Eleanor, who found love and eternity by the sea. The couple sits down on the bench, looking out at the sunset. The scene is peaceful, the sea a constant reminder of a love that lasted forever.